more about these challenges with someone from the International Food Policy Research Institute. Klaus von Grebmer is Research Fellow Emeritus at the organization. He authored the Global Hunger Index, and he is here with me live here in Washington. First of all, your impressions. It seems like we've come a long way with famine, but the hunger problem's still out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like we used to say, like the mafia boss on the one hand and on the other. We have achieved a lot, but there's still a lot to be done.
I was in Somalia back in the 90s, like 93, and you could see how this country was ravaged by a civil war and famine and what it did to those people. And now I think about Somalia, it's still pretty much a failed state. A lot of these countries have gone through these. I mean, Comoros, I think, has had 20 coups or attempted coups. It seems to be that these things go hand in hand, don't they?
From the 8 countries in our report that suffer from alarming hunger, 5 of them have been through armed conflicts. So armed conflict is a precondition for getting hungry, at least one.
Talk to me about how the interplay. Why does one lead to the other?
Okay, you don't have the farmers anymore going to the fields. They can't bring in their crops. The distribution in the country is disturbed because the roads, you have the police there or the bandits there. So it's the whole thing comes to an end with a failed state. We
see these shocking images of children periodically, and it really kind of gets people worked up, and they want to do something about it. And yet it seems like year after year, decade after decade, we keep seeing the same thing. Is there an answer out there?
We have come down and with the numbers. So it's now 759 million. But,
which is still a shocking number.
Which is a shocking number. And when you read now the Sustainable Development Goals, which just have passed in New York, they want to end this by the year 2030, which is still another 15 years to go. So what the International Food Policy Research Institute has come up with is to do that till 2025, so to speed up the whole process.
What's needed to do that?
We have all the instruments in a way. We know what we have to do. We have countries where they have done it. Vietnam, Brazil, Thailand. They just did either agricultural measures or they did training in nutrition and programs to get the girls and the women informed about breastfeeding and other things. And then you have the social security net. If you do all 3 of them, and if you do that with the political will behind it, changes will happen.
And you look at China, I mean, 600 million people lifted out of poverty. It's been very dramatic. You think that these measures that you see in these other countries can be adopted in others?
Yes, by all means. And it will shorten the time, so less children will have to die. I mean, if you take that figure, 8,000 children per day die with hunger-related diseases. It's incredible in the 21st century.
One final question, and if you can, brief. You've worked on this for a long, long time. How frustrating is it to still see so many children out there starving, basically?
That's again on the one hand and on the other. I've seen progress. I have things getting forward, but I also have seen things that were really bad.
Yeah, and they'll stay with you, no doubt about it.
Okay.
Klaus, thanks so much. Appreciate it.